a new key programming machine just hit the market. Well, maybe not so new, but new all at the same time. I'm talking about the brand new Advanced Diagnostics Smart Pro Lite. Now you might be wondering, what is that? How does it differ from the other machine? Well, you came to the right place because I'm gonna do my best to answer those questions. So, what is the Smart Pro Lite? Well, the best way I can sum it up is it is a Smart Pro that exclusively runs on Ilco transponder keys and lookalike remotes. What does that mean? That means you buy an Ilco key. By the way, we stock every single one of the Ilco lookalike remotes. And is what you do is on the bag of the Ilco key, there's gonna be a little QR code. Now, you might be familiar with this is because this is the same QR code used for the loyalty program. So if you have a Smart Pro Lite, you're gonna use that same QR code. You're gonna scan it. It's gonna go into your MyKeys Pro app, which is then gonna get synced to your Smart Pro, and voila, you're able to start programming. Now, this is the best part about all of it, if you ask me. You purchase a Smart Pro Lite, which is essentially right now $2,000. And then when you buy Ilco keys, you get to use it for free. That's pretty awesome. Now, once a year, Ilco is going to put a update out, all right? Now, if you choose to get the update, you'll get all the newest vehicles after the year's up, right? That's only gonna be $150. So you're essentially gonna be able to get all the new keys and all the new stuff coming out. As that happens, you're gonna be able to kind of stay up with that for $150 a year. Pretty cool. Now, the even better part is that let's say your volume goes up or you're like, hey, you know what? The Smart Pro Lite's great. I'm programming a lot of keys, but the problem is that if Ilco doesn't have a key for that vehicle, you technically can't do it with the Smart Pro and you'd have to either turn the job down or use another machine. Well, the good news is if you find your volume picking up and up and up, you can upgrade your Smart Pro Lite to a standard Smart Pro because it's the exact same machine. It essentially just runs on two different systems. Now, if you're like me, I still kind of have some questions and I have a little bit of nuance here that I kind of want to talk about, and I'm sure you probably do too. So let's hop on a call with Todd, who is the Ilco Automotive Product Manager. Hey Todd, so thank you for hopping on the call here really quick as we're talking about the Smart Pro Lite. But I do have one quick question here is, I don't know if I've gotten stronger or not, but it seems to be the same weight.
Yeah. Light is a reference to it's a little bit lighter in the number of applications versus the normal Smart Pro, not in the physical unit. So, okay. Yeah, we wrestled with the Lite name because we knew that would be a question, but unfortunately, same weight you're used to with the typical Smart Pro.
Okay. Hey, so, I'm pretty excited about this new program. I think it has a pretty good fit for a lot of different applications. But I was kind of wanting to hear it from you, if I could. Like, what was the big intention, like the behind the scenes, like why was putting a program for the Smart Pro out like this important to Ilco?
Advanced Diagnostics and Ilco for a long time have prided themselves in, being the leader in key programming and the world's largest key link manufacturer. But, over time, we knew we were a premium price tool that only fit into the market in certain places. Mm-hmm. We hear our customers and the feedback we get, and we realized and knew we were missing a segment of the business with the existing Smart Pro offering. So we wanted to offer what we call either a simplified or scaled back version of the Smart Pro, not necessarily intended for the guy that's hardcore automotive all day, every day. Mm-hmm. They're going to want a tool that does what the regular Smart Pro will do and other tools in the market. But the Smart Pro Lite was kind of, intended for the guy that's considering getting into automotive or freshly into automotive that wants an affordable tool from a reputable manufacturer, that will fit their need and will also allow them to grow as they get a little bit deeper into automotive.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, it makes, kind of what I was expecting to hear. I think it's a great step into the programming. I want to like just jump right into the QR codes, and I'm personally a little curious on how it works. So the Ilco bags for the lookalike remotes and transponder keys have a QR code on them, right? And just like for the loyalty program for the lookalikes, you go to your MyKeys Pro app, you scan it, and then up until now, your one option was to use it as $1 towards a future UTP. But you're using the same function for the Smart Pro Lite application. And my big question is that like if I scan in a key, let's say it's a Chrysler remote head for a, 2011 Dodge or something. Does that mean that that's all I can program? Like it's tied to like, is that QR code on that bag tied to specific applications to program that vehicle? Or does it just kind of like go into the bank or, well, what are the nuances of that?
So the QR codes are not tied to a specific Ilco key or a specific year, make, and model application. So if you have, like you said, a Chrysler key, you scan that QR code, and now what MyKeys Pro app will do is going to give you the option. You can either accumulate an Ilco loyalty point, just like you have in the past, or you can convert it to a Smart Pro Lite token. You make that option in the app. When you click convert to a Smart Pro Lite token, it ties it to the serial number of your Smart Pro Lite that's registered inside of MyKeys Pro. It then basically puts a token into the bank of that Smart Pro Lite device. And then you load tokens onto the device just like you always have, either on the device connected to Wi-Fi or within connecting the device to the AD loader. But that token at that point can technically be used on any year, make, and model that's inside of the Smart Pro Lite. But what customers will notice, the applications inside of Smart Pro Lite are only ones we offer transponder keys or lookalike remotes for. So if we don't have a key or remote, the application won't be there. So you can only still use it for the applications we cover with our keys and remotes, but it's not tied to a specific year, make, and model after you scan it.
Sure. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. So essentially when you buy an Ilco key and you scan the code, it gets you one successful program, and it's only, and the Smart Pro Lite will only program the vehicles that Ilco has transponder or lookalike keys for.
Exactly. And, as you've been aware with our lookalike offering, we're adding new remotes all the time. Got new remotes in the pipeline coming soon. As we add new remotes, those year, make, and models will automatically be added to Smart Pro Lite. Awesome. Which kind of brings me to my next question, which is the yearly $150 update fee. Now, this is how I read it, and you guys have a great Q&A section, so I'm kind of going off those, and I'm going to post them in the notes section so people can really deep dive into them. But so there's the $150 yearly update fee. Now, if you don't purchase the update fee, your machine will still work. You can go about your business programming keys that are on your machine at that time. But after the year is up, any new ones that Ilco puts out key-wise, which then opens the door to the applications that you can program. In order to get that, you have to do the $150 update fee. Now, I'm guessing it doesn't matter, so let's say at the end of the year, I'm like, this is fitting my needs really well. I'd rather just not spend the $150 right now. And so I don't buy it. But then 2 months later, I'm like, oh my gosh, Ilco just came out with these new keys. I want to be able to add those. Can you at any time do that $150 update fee, even if it's like a year or two later? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can pay that fee, at any time. So basically, if you let it expire, what you will lose is first and foremost the ability to scan the QR codes and convert it into a token. So you will lose the ability to accumulate tokens on the device. Now, any tokens you have on the device will continue to work. They'll never expire as long as you have tokens to use. But then you lose, like you were just saying, if I add 30 new lookalike remotes and it covers 100 additional vehicles, you will not get those 100 additional vehicles added to the applications within your Smart Pro Lite.
Okay.
So those are the two big things. But, say you have 100 tokens and you let it expire and you're using those 100 tokens. When you run out of those 100 tokens, you need a new way. You need to update or pay the update fee so you can start scanning QR codes again. In addition, you'll also get the vehicle updates we've added to the menus.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I heard a real important thing in there, which was at the time of your year when it's up and it's time to spend the $150 renewal fee. At that time, any of the tokens that you have in your bank, essentially, that you bought keys for will still be able to work, but you will not be able to add any new ones in there. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. Perfect. Yeah. And the good part is it's only $150, right? And probably the best, like,
very affordable.
It is. And I really think, like, honestly, as someone, who's used the machine a lot, familiar with a lot of other machines, the fact that you get to use the Smart Pro with how easy, everyone will say it's easy to use, right? I mean, it's an easy machine.
Right.
And to get access to the tech support as well is amazing, right? So I think those are both good. Now, I do want to touch on really quick, though, that, I mean, from my perspective, a lot of it is kind of like lower volume customers or someone looking for a secondary machine seems to probably be the best fit for the Smart Pro Lite. But the good news is that if you build that, so you get one, you're getting into transponder programming or you're getting a backup machine or whatever it might be, all of a sudden the Smart Pro becomes cost effective. And then as you grow your business, and there could be a time where it makes more sense to quit using the Smart Pro Lite program and upgrade the machine to just a standard Smart Pro with a UTP. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've offered the upgrade option for that very reason. If that person becomes, they 6 months, a year in, they start realizing, we're making a lot of money in this automotive game, and the device is easy to use, and we want to tap into the things it will do that are not currently covered, and expand our offering to our customers. They can upgrade the Lite to a standard Smart Pro, use a UTP, purchase tokens, purchase software, and it basically, with the same piece of hardware, will be converted into the normal Smart Pro with all of its additional capabilities.
Yeah, and I was looking at the MSRP of all the machines, and essentially what you've done is if you would want to upgrade, you're literally just paying the rest of the price for that Smart Pro machine. So it's you aren't even being penalized.
Right. That's exactly what you're doing.
Yep, that's great. So yeah, I'm excited. I think this is great for people who are looking to get into key programming at a low cost, and not, break the bank per se and start moving and get the tech support is really cool. So, so is there anything I missed, that maybe we should cover, or did I kind of hit some of the main points there?
No, I think you hit, most of the main points. I think what I would generally say is, for people familiar with Smart Pro, it's the same device, the same hardware, and really the big difference is how you accumulate and put the tokens on the device. You don't have to purchase them. You just use our keys and remotes. That's really the main difference in the two devices. So same structure, same ease of use, as you said, same tech support. It's what people have grown accustomed to from Advanced Diagnostics, just trying to provide a more economical way to get into it for those customers that, haven't wanted to invest what it would typically cost for a full-fledged Smart Pro.
Yeah, that's great, Todd. Well, hey, thank you so much for coming on, hanging out with me a little bit and talking about it.
Thank you so much for having us. We're super excited about Smart Pro Lite. Hopefully your customers will be, and everybody will find it a hit.
Absolutely. All right, so there you have it, straight from Todd himself. I really hope that you find that helpful. Now, this is what I'm going to do in the notes section below, okay, or the video description. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple documents. I'm going to put the current vehicle reference guide, so you can look at all the vehicles you can program with the Smart Pro Lite. And then I'm also going to include the Q&A sheet that goes over all sorts of the questions and answers to help clarify any questions that we have not already answered. The cool news is that if you're looking at getting into key programming, the Smart Pro is now a viable option to get going and get that good tech support and get a machine that's easy to use, to get reliable keys. All of those things kind of all wrapped up in one to kind of get you going or to expand your automotive business. Pretty cool. All right, so there you have it. I hope you found it helpful. I really look forward to seeing what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Congrats, you've made it to the end. Now, I want to make sure that when you are commenting on our videos that you include the hashtag Lockboss. When you do, you automatically get entered in to win one of 5 free prizes we give away every Tuesday live here on YouTube. So I look forward to reading your comment and responding soon. Until next time.